Ayan, good morning everyone. Nauna pa yung salita ko kaysa sa mukha ko. But anyways, yes, very good. And just double check everything. Audio is good. Right, so medyo malakas yung background music. Let me make that softer really quick. Yan. So today, PSEI medyo masakit. Yeah, but we were expecting that. Let me double check the audio really quick. Yan. We were expecting the drop in PSEI. I wasn't expecting for it to drop this big, but I've been telling you, konti ingat muna kasi the international market has been dropping, and it did drop yesterday. So with these kinds of what do you call this, market movement, I always tell you, do not be aggressive. It's not time to trade, right? There are times that you have to stay put when it comes to your investments. If it's not time to put money in it, then don't, right? So when this kind of market happens, ang strategy nila po talaga is to really start accumulating, especially yung stocks na mga gusto nyo talaga and are doing well, because you know that these good companies are gonna go up, and it will. So what you do is, while it's down, you start accumulating. So far so good. PHA yesterday, I told you to accumulate while it's down, and there it is. It's starting to move up again, and now at 0.99, it grew 10% yesterday. So congratulations to those who went in yesterday. Today I only have two picks, ECP and Web. Those are the only things that I can find right now. Don't want you guys to be really aggressive. So since the market is kind of slow, I will recommend you just accumulate, and then we'll talk about investments today, right? So if you have any investments, idea, let's talk about it. Post it in the comments. If you have any question about investments, because most probably napag-aralan din namin yan, real estate and anything, we'll talk about that. So put it on the comments so we can talk about it, so that you can diversify. Kasi I came up with this because I noticed na many of my friends who are into the stock market already, yan, when I asked them, kasi Lloyd, Sir Abs, when they asked me, Sir Lloyd, pag ganitong down ng market, saan ka kumukuha ng pera? This is where diversification comes in, right? So you don't really rely on the market. And I asked them, what other forms of investments do you have? Sabi nila, stock market lang. Ko, what? Stock market lang? Stock market should be at the last second, consider it at the last part of your investment plans, right? Kasi Si stock market is the high risk, high reward na mga investments, right? High risk, high reward meaning malaki ang pwede mong mapanalunan, right? It sounds good. You can earn a lot in stock market, but high risk is there, meaning you can also lose big. So, so I do not recommend stock market really as your starter investments, right? We'll talk about MP2 program today. SSS has a piso program. We'll talk about that because most Filipinos neglect this. These are investments that are readily available. But the reason why Filipinos neglect this is because hindi nila gusto yung returns. Gusto nila dun sa high risk, high reward. The problem with going directly to high risk and high reward investments is that if you lose your money, you're gonna have a hard time starting again. I have friends who put in their retirement funds. Yung retired na ng friends ko, they put in their retirement money, put it in stock market, and nung bumagsak ang market last year, right, from 3 million naging 500,000 na lang, and then so yung retirement funds nila, now they are forced to work again because they lost their retirement funds, right? Investing is good, but if you don't plan your investments wisely, it's not that is the moment where investment is not good, right? Again, if it's money you need, for example, retirement, or for example, a student of mine asked me, Sir Lloyd, magkano bang pera ilalagay sa stock market? I asked them, you have money now? He said, yes. What is this money for? What are you saving for? I'm saving for a house. Yan, ito yung pera na gusto kong gamitin para sa I want to buy a house, so gusto kong patubuin. So if this money is for buying a house, then don't put it in the stock market, because the moment you lose, you won't have any house. So that is what it means when we always say na only put money that you can afford to lose. If you're just starting with investments, ang linalagay nyo dapat sa stock market are those sacrificed money na meron kayo. Sacrificed money, ano ba yon? For example, ginusto mong bumili ng cellphone. A cellphone is around 20,000, yung mga ganon. And you sacrifice na hindi mo na siya bibilhin. Instead, you place it in the stock market. That's the money that you put in the stock market. Money you can afford to lose. Willing ka nga, ilagay mo yan sa cellphone now. Hindi naman talaga asset. And just buy an asset instead and put it in stocks. That's the money you should put in the stock market. Hindi yung para ipon mo para sa education ng kids mo. Yan. So we'll talk more about that. I want people to be responsible when it comes to their to their investments. And especially, sige, we'll still talk about a stock market kasi meron naman talagang mga opportunities pa rin. Jovitanel, good morning. Good morning, Sir Lloyd. Sir Tugs, IDC and IRCL, write these down. We will be talking about this at the last part of our program today. Morning, Sir Lloyd and Laika from Joe Legales. Ben Moneda. Hey, Sir Lloyd, good morning. Insights for IDC and CHP. They're too high right now. Again, it's a bearish market. Do not enter these stocks na nasa taas na. Right? Si IDC, and lakas ng bounce kahapon, you can look for it to make a pullback and then bounce before you want to get in. You always want to get in at a low risk position. Okay? ISM lang nag-iwang green support ko from Joy P kahapon. Grabe ang bagsak, right? Stock market it even reached 7.5 yesterday. That's painful, right? So, but then again, that's always opportunity for us to buy more on the investment stocks that we have. Si ISM naghimala, right? So dati, ang daming nagrereklamo kay ISM. Ngayon, si ISM naman ang bida. So congratulations sa ISM holders who went in when I told you guys to get in while it's down. Yan. So, ATN and VLL po, please, right, I'll write these down. Sa ATN, bumagsak rin eh. But don't worry about ATN. These stocks ito yung mga stocks na mga, pwede nating pag-ipunan. Morning po, MRC po ba? May profits na ngayon. MRC ba ay for profits taking na ngayon? Is that what you mean? I'll write down MRC. Right, morning po. Hops, Sir IRC, right? It's already there. Alright, that's done. Good morning po. Do you have plans on entering crypto? Pulado ang eToro. Crypto's too high right now. I will want it to do a pullback. I was waiting for Bitcoin to really do a pullback. Kaso nga lang hindi ako binigyan ng position. And then when it broke out, tulog tayo. Yun yung mahirap kay crypto. Ang hirap hulihin ng entry point because I really want to enter and proper entry points during breakouts, ganyan. Pero nagbe-breakout siya tuwing tulog tayo or medyo busy. So that's really hard. So ang problema kasi kay crypto is 24/7 and trading. You don't really know when it's gonna break out. So medyo nakakapagod po huliin si crypto. My eToro is for trading. It's not for investments. So I don't really put investment stocks or items in the eToro natin because I want it to be really meant for trading. It's really hard to trade crypto if you are a crypto trader. Yan po. So ang ginagawa po dyan is if you want to trade crypto, you can be a day trader, which is I don't plan to be a day trader because mahirap, right? It's stressful and it is gonna eat a lot of your time. So I'm a position trader. If there's no good position, abang lang muna. Ganun lang ginagawa natin sa eToro. Right, so bumili kayo ng Bitcoin. No, dati oo, but somehow failed doon sa 6.5 tas bumagsak. Hindi ko napasok doon sa 3.5. Elmer Vincent Medina, good morning coach. Kasi nung nagpunta siya sa 3.5, anong nangyari kasi nung nagpunta sa 3.5 si crypto, the market was bullish also. I always prefer stocks. Kaya po green tayo the past few months because nagsabay rin si crypto with the with the stocks. So, ayun, I prefer stocks over crypto, so that's why doon ako sa stocks nag-trade. Rhea, good morning. Wilmer, good morning. GT Cap, right? GT Cap is so far so good. Maliit pa ang presyo ni GT Cap, nasa baba pa. So pwede pang accumulate. Mark Benson Ong, ano po nagpapataas ni ISM, sir? I want to invest sa mga isda. We'll talk about that later on. Anong nagpapataas kay ISM? The biggest catalyst of ISM right now is the money that Chinatel is gonna give them. 280 billion pesos funds for the infrastructure. Business will have a hard time failing if ever meron silang funds. Right? And it's backed up by Chinatel. So, ang catalyst niya really is that the third telco is gonna be successful. With the money that it has, it's not gonna be basta putyo-putyo lang na maliit na telco. Right? The money that it has, it's gonna be big. Ang laki po ng pera na hawak ni ISM when nabigay ni China. So, that's the catalyst of ISM. So, people are starting to accumulate it while it hasn't started yet kasi pag nagsimula kayo na nakikita na natin yung earnings, antayin nyo pa yung fundamentals. Most probably, mataas na ang presyo. So, you start accumulating now if you believe in the project. I think it will. It's backed up by the government, and makita nyo naman ngayon the Senate, ang Senate slate, the midterm elections, pabor po kay President Duterte. So I don't think it is gonna hit any bumps in the Senate anymore. It's gonna be smooth sailing project yung third telco na yan. So that's why it's starting to go up. Hopster, pwede pa bodega MPI? Yes, I definitely recommend MPI. It's a very good company. Nakita nyo naman, very consistent your earnings. So, and then ang dami pang projects. So still, bodega lang. Bongkoy Lim, hi coach. FLI X date is coming Friday. My price drop, should I sell 50% or hold? From Hernan Lim. Very good question, Hernan Lim. It depends if you want to wait for the dividends. If ever gusto mo antayin ng dividends, I don't recommend that. So just sell it before the X date, right? Before mag-X date, you sell half of it already. Right? Robert Castletorp, good morning sir Lloyd. MRC Baita, please. Right, I'll write these down. Right. So, mutual funds and VUL and small biz lang sa akin, bro. Very good comments from Usapang Pera. Mutual funds, VUL and small business lang sa akin po. Very good that you brought this up. All right. So, let's go to investing topics. Investing tips. I think you have a good sense of financial planning. You said mutual funds, VUL, and small biz. Right. For those who are following the program right now, please share the video. Paki-share po ito sa walls ninyo. So that mapag-usapan po na share naman natin yung topic today to our friends who are looking for investments out there. So hindi lang stock market. I really say stock market is really should be at the last part of your investment planning. VUL, number 1. Right? Ganito kasi yan. If you are still starting, kakasimula mo pa lang makatrabaho or kakasimula mo lang ma-promote at nakakapag-ipon ka na. Right? If you have extra money now, you're still starting with your financial growth. Yung parang nakakaluwag ka na. it's time to look for places to place our money. Wag po sa bangko, please, di ba? So, very first, dapat is, wag kang pupunta doon sa mga high risk kaagad. Kasi wala ka pang pera na you can afford to lose. What you earn right now is really, really important. Kasi you have to have you have to use it as your foundation. Yung unang perang natatanggap mo, use it as your foundation for your financial growth. So, it's because it's for foundation, good that investing tips share this. Meron siyang VUL. I want you to really check out VUL, guys. If nasa stocks kayo at wala pa kayong VUL, VUL is variable life insurance. It's for protection. Ganito kasi yan. Let me open Paint para at least ma-visualize ko sa inyo. Right, this is investments and financial lessons to you guys. These are the topics that I really talk about in my seminar. So I want to share my screen. Right, so your financial growth should be like this. It's a pyramid, right? It should be a pyramid. Bakit pyramid siya? Because the pyramid has the strongest base, and if it has a good base, that means you have a very solid structure for your financial. This is how your financial structure should look like. Usually kasi tayong mga Pinoy, we were brought up by our parents and yung mga lolo-lola natin to go to the second level right away. Second level is wealth accumulation. Let me write this down. Wealth accumulation. Right, so wealth accumulation, this is the level where we have investments and we buy things that we want. For example, we have cars, we have a house, we have investments for wealth accumulation like stocks, right? So stocks, and then some has business. Ayan. So that's the one part. And then the second part of the wealth accumulation is our savings, maybe for retirement. And then we have, for those parents, we have child education, diba? Child education. Marami pa dito. Whatever you are, child ed lang ilagay ko. Whatever you're saving for. Ganito, yan. Our parents tell us na kuha tayo ng trabaho, and then buy what you want. Invest, buy a house, stocks, business. Yan. So, dyan dumidiretso mga Pinoy. So, pag nagka-bonus, bili ng, maybe start a business, or bili ng kotse, or use it for down payment sa house, or we save up, right? It's either invest or save. Yun yung kinalakihan natin, right? That's not bad, right? It's just that, ang problema nito is, we were not taught to do the first level of our financial structure, which is your protection, right? So let's say you already have a house, you have stocks, you have a car, you have retirement funds, you have savings for retirement. Now, what if in the middle of your journey, this is just like stocks, life is unpredictable. What ifs? There are what ifs in life. What if, let's say, you're a female, eto very common. What if breast cancer ka? You're diagnosed, knock on wood, right? But this is reality. What if along the way you are diagnosed with breast cancer, right? I have a friend of mine na diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 3, chemo, treatment, everything, and after that, week pa, walang trabaho, laglag 1.5 million for the treatment. What good if 1.5 lang? What if you really want to have a very good doctor, basta mataas pa dyan? What if magka-breast cancer ka bigla? 1.5 million ang gastos. Now, because you don't have protection, you don't have the first level, saan mo kukunin yung 5 million? Sa mga wealth accumulation mo. You sell your house, you sell your car, and because it's emergency, you need it right away. You need the funds right away. Usually, nabebenta mo yan ng mas mura. Yung stocks mo, benta mo lahat. Yung business mo, sarado, benta mo yung business mo. Right? If kulang pa, then your retirement funds, magagastos. Your savings for child education, magagastos dyan. Because after that, wala ka pang trabaho niyan. Right? Because you're gonna be recuperating. So, what happened is, because you did not prepare, you don't have a good base of your education, your financial structure collapses. So ubos ito, baka may matira pa, but if you survive, really, I really want to talk about protection because I want you to survive. If you survive, for example, you were already 45 years old and you're diagnosed with this, or let's say 40 years old lang, average sa mga nasa investments na. You're 40 years old, you're diagnosed with this. Buti 1.5 million lang gastos nyo ha. You're diagnosed with this. Everything collapses. If you survive, you have to start with zero kasi wala ka ng bahay, wala ka ng car, or minsan baon ka pa sa utang, wala kang savings kasi nagastos mo sa hospital and for the bills for the doctor. Right? Everything collapses. Hindi lang yan. Marami pa po. What if madisgrasya ka? Disability. You get disabled. Treatment. After that, wala ka ng trabaho. Everything collapses. That's why this is very important. Good na sinabi ni Investing Tips kanina usapang pera na meron siyang VUL. Kasi sa VUL kasi, that's why I always talk about VUL is because this is very wise. Why? You get to, let me just undo everything. Yan. Ang sa VUL kasi, yung retirement savings mo, right, di ba? Saan mo linalagay? Sa bank. You put it in the bank. You're saving for your retirement. Uy, meron na akong 1 million sa banko for my retirement, right? What I want you to do, what I really recommend is, instead of placing it in the bank, you place it into a VUL program. VUL. This is a savings program na may insurance. Because what happens is, you are saving for your retirement and at the same time, you are putting chips onto your protection na level. Marami pa ito eh. It's really life, yung pinaka-importante, just in case may mangyari sa'yo, mamatay ka, how much do you want to leave your family? Because if you put it in VUL, you get to save, and you get to put a chip in here. Pero sa critical diseases, what they call this, meron ring check dyan, you can get to put a check on your disability. This is for disability. Right? Just in case ma-disabled ka, you will get money. Right? Now, what if nothing happens to you? Okay, very good. Walang nangyari sa'yo. Then, the money is for your retirement. Nagtumutubo siya. Right? I am not selling insurance. Actually, wala akong binibenta dito. Right? I'm just giving you idea. I always tell this to my clients. With this, all of this, you get a check sa protection mo, and you get a check for your retirement or maybe for your child ed. All you did was transfer your money instead of placing it to the bank and place it instead on an insurance company. Napaka-wise po niyan, protection. So, very good. Also, that's the very first level. If you are starting to, kakasimula mo lang mga pag-ipon ngayon, or punta mo lang sa Dubai or overseas to start working and you're earning much now, wag po investments ka agad. Right? Start with your emergency funds, with your VUL. Always start with that. So, check with an agent right now. Right? Kasi, napaka-importante po nito. Without this, wala pong kwenta yung stocks ninyo just in case something happens to you. If something happens to you, benta niyo yung stocks ninyo. What if ngayon kayo magkasakit na down ang market? So, ipit yung pera niyo, so mas maliit pa yung pera niyo, hindi tumubo. Right? So, this is very important. Always start with VUL before you go to other forms of investment. Right? That's just being responsible. Okay, asa na tayo? I'm done with VUL. I'll do better talk about this in the future. Siguro gawa tayo ng episode na concentrating on VUL because I really want Filipinos to embrace this program right here, yung VUL. Napakaganda po niyan. You're saving and protecting yourself at the same time. Right, so Gehian Pinaloga, morning sir, PHA, thanks, mataas na po yan. May buntag, pakisilip sa PHA from Warren Buffett. Warren Estrada, morning. LV Aquino, good morning sir Lloyd. Any insights po kay PHA, MRC, ECP? ECP and my recommendations for today, AC and ALCO. Right, I'll write these down. Alright, sorry. Right, so Gil Abel, good morning sir Lloyd, watching from Myanmar. Anong stocks po sir bagandang bilhin for mid to long term? Jollibee, invest in Jollibee. It's a very solid company and it's been expanding and starting to conquer international markets. So Jollibee, SMPH, BDO. Oh, those three, top three ko po. Yan. So go for them. Tommy Escobedo, coach, good morning. May video ka ba ng mga seminar mo for financial freedom? Kahit di po kami maka-attend since ibang lugar kami. Kahit yung video lang po, malaking tulong na makalearn kami. Salamat. Very good suggestion. I have a seminar this Saturday about financial freedom. I'll talk about this also. So ganun din, maybe I can get a video coverage for that. Mon Ryan, insights po kay ATN. Right, ATN is dropped yesterday, but yeah, bodega lang kay ATN. Sunny Dihita watching from Roswell, Georgia, USA. Good morning sa inyo dyan. I don't know if it's morning there. I think it's evening sa US ngayon. Jason Makosa, good morning sir. May pag-asa pa ba ang X? Wala po as of the moment with its financials, so I don't recommend X. John Vincent Pleto, I have MF, mutual funds, UITF, and planning to VUL and MP2 na rin. Very good, John. Right, so if you have mutual funds, dapat linagay mo na yan sa VUL kasi the VUL invests in mutual funds also. So, dapat inunan nyo po yung VUL. But anyways, it's already there. You're planning to get VUL, then that's good. So, MP2 na rin. So, this is good. MP2 program, just for information. Right, what is MP2 program? Pag-ibig, MP2. Let me search a bit. Hindi ko napagandaan. MP2 program. Right, so let me get the PDF of MP2 program and I'll share it to you here. So, let me get the link. It's downloading. So, I'll share this to you on the comments. Right, so, kung gusto niyo pong makita yung image, this is it. So, high dividends. Right, this is called Pag-ibig MP2 program. Let me just zoom on it really quick. MP2 program. What is this is a savings program, right? Ang gusto ko dito is very secured. The government is ang government po ang nag-handle nito. It's handled by Pag-ibig, right? Annual year yield is last year is almost 8%. 8%. Kaya po walang pumupunta dito kasi napakaliit lang pakinggan ng 8%. But I'll show you that it's really good yung 8% na yan. Right, what is Pag-ibig MP2 program? Savings program, voluntary savings po siya. Pwede po kayong pumunta sa MP2 and then get a savings program. 5 years po ang lock ng pera ninyo dito, but it is gonna grow as high as 8.11% per annum. Right, if you don't think that's good, I'll let you realize that that's good. Minimum savings is 500 per month. Pinakamaliit po yan. At least man lang 500 makapag-start na kayo mag-ipon if ipon po ang target ninyo. Is there a limit to how much I can save? There's no limit. In the event that you wish to save an amount exceeding 500,000, you will have to remit amount via personal or manager's check. So wala pong limit. Kahit po 1,000,000 ilagay niyo po dyan. Tumutubo ng 8%, mas malaki pa yan sa bangko. Right? How do you save under MP2 savings program? Regularly save minimum 500 in your MP2 savings. You may also opt for one-time savings. So, pero if meron kayong bulk na pera ngayon, for example, you have 200,000, 300,000 in your bank, remove nyo na po yan sa bank ninyo. Magkano tubo niyan sa bangko? Swerte nyo na kung may 1%. Right? Taxable pa yung tubo na yan. So, remove your money there, put it in MP2 program, put it there for 5 years, let it grow 8% a year. Instead, kaysa po sa bangko ninyo po ilagay. Okay, please, wag niyo po sa bangko ilagay. Actually, ang pinaka-competition ko talaga are the banks. I don't really want people to keep saving their money in the banks. Yes, napakaganda po tingnan. Uy, ang bank account ko, meron ganito, ganyan. But that's not wise, right? So, check out MP2 program. 8%. Kaya po walang pumapansin dito sa 8%. Kasi ang gusto ng mga tao, yung get rich quick kaagad. Uy, kaya napupunta sa stocks. Kasi ang laki ng kita sa stocks. Yeah, kaya nagsa-stocks kaagad ang mga tao. Please, again, stock market or those high-risk, high-reward programs for investments, place it at the last part of your investment plans. Dapat dito kayo magsimula sa mga maliliit pero safe. This is low risk, low reward kasi 8%. But, let's talk about that. Kasi ganito yan. When I talk to people, when I ask them, anong gusto nyong investment kaagad? Right? If you were given 500,000 right now, anong investment gusto mong gawin? Sir Lloyd, real estate. Alright, real estate. Dito sa Cebu ngayon, I want you to realize, this is one form. Real estate. Real estate should be at the last part of your investments. Right? I'll explain to you why later. But I'm not saying real estate is bad. It's really good. It's because it's very stable. If hindi kumikita at still there, pwede mo ibenta. That's the advantage of real estate, diba? So let's say dito sa Cebu ngayon, I just visited my friend 2 nights ago. Blessing ng bahay nila. They bought the property for 2.9 million. Very good, a very beautiful house, right? Very beautiful house in the city. Dito sa Philippines, ang rentals for that kind of place, if you have a 2.9 million property dito sa Cebu, pwede mo yan parentahan. Pinakamalaki is, let's say, 10K a month. 10K per month. Right? Ang ganda pakinggan yan, may 10K ako per month. But if you really break it down, yung mathematics behind it, what is, let's say 3 million na yan, 3 million, kasi pre-sell niya pa, binili yun. Pre-sell pa, tapos ngayon, nag-increase na ang presyo. Right, so if bilhin mo yun for rentals, so you have to have 3M. Buti if you have cash, wala nang patong. So, let's say 3M. 3M, and then you're gonna earn 10K a month, so times 12, because for 1 year, times 12, so 10K times 12 is 120K. 120K per year ang kita mo dyan. Now, let's compute the percentage. How much are you earning for rentals? Okay? So, 3 million. Magkano ba yung 5%? Let's say 10% ng 1 million is 300. 10% ng 3M is 300K. So, you pull that in half. So, 5% is around 150K. The 5% is 150K. 150K. Right? Ito 120K lang. So it's less than 5%. So it's around 3% annual kita. 120K a year. People don't realize that ang laki pakinggan, 120,000 a year, wala akong ginagawa. That's good. But if you really count it with your investment, that's only earning 3% a year. Alright? So 3% a year. I want you to realize that real estate is yielding you 3% a year. Okay? Maganda na yan. Diba? MP2 program, 8.11. Sino mas maganda? Right? Wala kang ginawa. Pares kayo walang ginawa. Dito sa 3M mo, minsan, hindi sakit pa sa ulo kasi hindi nagbayad ng renta. Ang nagre-renta, sira pa after. So, mas malaki pa ang gastos dyan. Right? Maintenance and everything. So, this is just to give you a perspective of how big 8% is per annum. Mas maganda pa po yan sa real estate. Right? This is just the first part of what you earn in real estate. The second part is yung pagtubo ng yung appreciation ng property. So, national appreciation right now is at around 5% per annum. So, 5% yung tinutubo ng presyo ng lupa mo, 5% plus 3% per annum. So, basically, you are also earning 8% per annum sa real estate, right? So, dalawa kasing way to earn in stock in real estate. The appreciation, yung pagbili mo this year, tapos next year tumubo na siya. So, that's the national rate, 5%. And then the second way you can earn on real estate is for the rentals, di ba? So, that's just 3% per annum. Less than pa nga kasi dahil sa mga sira-sira, tapos minsan tinatakasan pa kayo. Okay. So, that's 8% a month. Now, why would I prefer MP2 over real estate? Right? Why would I let you go to MP2 program first before you go to real estate? Kasi ang disadvantage sa real estate is, number 1, liquidity. Liquidity. What does liquidity mean? Is it easy flow of money? Right? Easy flow meaning pwede mabilis mong makuha ang pera or ganito, ganyan, benta kasi gusto mo ng pera. What if I want it to be money right now? Pwede, madali ba ibenta? Diba? So, liquidity in in real estate is very bad. Right? I-sell mo, kung gusto mo ng pera, what if you have a property now? Gusto mo ibenta at its current price. It will be hard to look for a buyer. It can take 3 months to sometimes even a year to get a buyer. Diba? And pag nabenta pa yan, ang dami pang hassle. Attorneys, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, ang tagal pa ng pera. What if magka-emergency ka? At kailangan mo ang pera right away. Meron kang property dito. Hindi mo mabenta ka agad. But you really need the money right away. You will be forced to sell it at a cheaper price just to get the money. Right? Kung gusto mo mabenta yan kaagad, edi ibenta mo ng mura. Diba? Same with stocks. Kagandaan sa stocks, mas liquid sa stocks. Whenever you need the money, you just sell it. Ang problema kasi sa real estate is the liquidity, really. Right? It's not free-flowing money, right? Na pwede mo mabenta kaagad. That's the problem right there. That's why I consider real estate as the last part of your investments, because what if you really need the money? Since marami ka namang investments na mas liquid, yun ang uunahin mo. Last lang ang real estate. Kagandahan sa real estate, it's tangible, mahawakan mo talaga. But the liquidity is not really good if you're after investments. That's why 8%. Guys, dito na lang muna kayo, right? Kung kakasimulan nyo pa lang sa MP2 program, check it out. Meron din ganitong program si SSS, the PISA program. Similar to this, just search for it, okay? Let me check it out, please. MP2 program. Huwag yung po sasayangin. Ang laki po niya, 8%, right? So, Jules Key Largo, morning sir. First time ko nag-abang sa Daily Grind. Ay, good morning. Alright, so that's very good. Welcome. Alright, that's why I want you guys to share the video. Please share the video para naman po yung discussion natin ngayon, ma-share niyo naman sa mga friends ninyo. Dominic Corpus, thank you. Alright, Joe Lilo, morning sir Lloyd. And like, LC Imong, good morning sir. Insights for ISM, please. ISM, just keep buying the dip. So, if it goes down, just keep buying it. That's for long term for me. Right? Pero wag kayong mag-all in po dyan. Right? Wealth Gainer, good morning coach. Pwede pa ba pumasok sa ISM ngayon for investment or hintay po ulit breakout? Salamat. I'd say pullbacks lang muna for this kind of market. You don't have to be aggressive with ISM right now kasi matagal-tagal pa yung operations pa naman nila. So, wag po kayo wag kayo mafo-FOMO kung naiwan man kayo kasi it will go down in the future. So, I'm just waiting for it to pull back again. Meron ako naipon ngayon. I'm just gonna be adding more later on. Wag muna ngayon. Right? Dominic Corpus, wala pong laman aking bangko. That's very good, right? Wag po sa bangko. Okay sana kung walang laman kasi linagay mo sa investments. Mahirap yun kung walang laman kasi wala talagang pera. Biro-biro lang. Dominic Corpus, just put money in your bank also. That's for emergency money. You have to have liquid money in your bank, right? What if something happens to someone and then you really need the money for the hospitalization? At least meron kayong emergency funds na nasa bangko, right? So, lagyan nyo pa rin ng pera ang bangko ninyo. But for emergency purpose, build emergency funds. Joe Ligares, build emergency funds 3 to 6 months. Very good. Ito yung emergency funds na sinasabi ko. Just, Joe Ligares just mentioned it. 3 to 6 months, dapat meron kang medical and life insurance. After that, business and investments. Very wise. Right, Joe Ligares. 3 to 6 months, ang ibig niya po sabihin dyan, he said, build emergency fund for 3 to 6 months. Right, 3 to 6 months. How much is your monthly expenses? For example, you have monthly expenses of 30,000. Dapat meron ka emergency funds na good for 6 months. Right, so 30,000 times 6 months is, 180,000 pesos. Dapat meron kang 180,000 pesos sa bangko mo for your emergency funds. What if you have to resign or matigil ka sa trabaho? At least mabubuhay ka pa for 6 months, please. Dapat meron din kayo dyan. Right. So, asa na yan? Imagination knowledge. Ano po yung VUL? Bank din po ba yan? VUL is insurance. It's an insurance policy. Pero variable life insurance po yan. Just to put it in layman's term para maintindihan po natin, variable insurance is living benefits. Right? Living benefits po si VUL. Right? Ang insurance kasi noon for especially for for what you call this? For imagination knowledge. Right? Ang insurance kasi noon, ang pangit pakinggan kasi kung mamamatay ka, yun dun mo palang makukuha ng pamilya mo. So I don't really call it an insurance. I call it a variable life insurance or VUL, or also known as living benefits. Kasi ngayon, ang VUL it's a savings program. I always present it as a savings program. What are you saving for? Are you saving for your retirement? Sige, you're saving for your retirement. Where are you placing it? Right? Where are you placing it? Sa bangko. Don't place it there. Put it in an insurance company. Get a VUL program. Savings program po yan na kung wala mang mangyari sa iyo, at least tumutubo siya kasi linagay yan sa mutual funds. Right? Ian San Miguel, meron siyang question. Sir Lloyd, yung mutual fund ka, kailangan mo pa ba ng VUL? Yes, VUL po. Kasi si VUL, yung pera na linalagay mo dyan, linalagay rin yan sa VUL. So, you're into VUL and you have protection at the same time. So, mas importante po ito kasi kaysa plain na mutual funds lang. Diba? Kasi sa mutual funds, if you place it in mutual funds, what if you'd get diagnosed with something or magka-renal failure ka, you get a heart attack? Who knows? What ifs lang? What if that happens? Yung mutual funds nyo, bebenta mo yan for your hospitalization. But with VUL, since you're saving with them, if something happens to you, you get insurance money para ibayad sa hospital. And then, all your other forms of investments will be intact. Yun po yung pinaka-importante. Your other forms of investment should be intact para after you survive your or whatever happens to you, hindi ka magsa-start zero. So if you survived your heart failure or renal failure after the operations, hindi ka makapagtrabaho, your investments are still there, intact pa rin, so that you still have money going into you at hindi mapupulubi ang pera mo. Right? That's the purpose of VUL. So Ian San Miguel, you need VUL. Sir, ano yung nasa top ng pyramid? Last ng pyramid is the tawag niyan, estate planning. Ito na yung sa mga mega millionaires na. Right? After the second part of the sige, ando ko to. Uy, laki na pala na natin. So, sa last part ng pyramid is the estate planning. I don't usually talk about that. I only talk about that with yung mga kaibigan ko na sobrang yaman na. Right? After wealth accumulation is estate planning na. What if you're already old, tas you have 20 million in your bank? I don't want you to put it in your bank kasi hindi tumutubo na malaki yan. Put it in an estate planning insurance. Kaya po ang mayayaman na sa insurance po ang pera nila. That's hindi po yan for insurance purposes, but that's for its estate planning. Estate planning meaning kasi pag nasa bangko yung 10 million mo, pag namatay ka, hindi makukuha na pamilya mo yan kaagad. Right? Meron pa pong estate tax. Dati ang estate tax is 30%. So if sa 10 million mo, your money has to pay the government 3 million bago nila makuha yung 10 million. What if wala lang 3 million? Hindi lang makukuha yung 10 million mo. Right? So, ganun yon. So, if you put your money in an insurance for estate planning instead, you're insured, tumutubo pa yan ng malaki, tapos pag it's time to give your money to your kids kasi may appointment ka ni Papa God, mapupunta sa kanila na walang bayad. Yung tubo is not taxed and yung pag-transfer is wala pong estate tax. So, this is the best way to transfer money. Kaya po ang mga mayaman matatanda, linalagay po nila sa insurance ang pera nila instead. Right? So, yun. Ian San Miguel, and paano kung bagsak ang market, di ba mababa din ang value ng VUL? Right? So, yes, bababa ang value. Dalawa kasi ang value ni VUL Right? Number one, if you get a VUL program, you get two values. One is the sum assured. Sum assured is kahit pabagsak ang market, if you get diagnosed with, for example, any forms of cancer, kasi I'm with ProLife UK, any forms of cancer, yung sum assured mo, for example, you get a VUL program for 2 million worth of coverage. Kahit pa napakabagsak ng market, you still get the 2 million. No questions asked. Kahit pa zero pa yung market na yan, the ProLife will give you the 2 million because that's sum assured. The second part, the second value of a VUL is the fund value. Ito na yung savings na part. This is the mutual fund part, right? And ang ginagawa po niyan is every time you give your premiums po tawag sa monthly na dinedeposit ninyo. So, every month, linalagay yan sa same stocks sa VUL. So, kung bumagsak man yan ngayon, that's good because cost averaging po ang style sa VUL. Right? So, while it's going down and you're putting money in these good companies, once it goes up, ang laki rin ng tubo ng pera ninyo. It's the same with stock market. So, don't worry about that, Ian San Miguel. Very good question. Right, Tommy Escobedo, ano po magandang VUL company, Film Life? Maganda po ba? I really don't want to advertise this, but that's the reason I have many, right? I have many VUL companies na, because I want to test them out. The best one I found was ProLife UK. No bias po. That's why I enrolled with ProLife because of this. I just want to feature one why I say it's the best. Sa others kasi, if you're diagnosed, di ba dalawang funds ang sinabi ko sa inyo, sum assured at saka sa fund value, this is your savings part. Sa others kasi na, and I'm really sure of this, other companies kasi, if ever you get diagnosed with cancer, for example, right, you will be given only one of the two, right? It's either your sum assured, you get 2 million, or you get the fund value instead kung mas malaki ito. So whichever is bigger, is the 2 million bigger, the sum assured, or the fund value. Kung fund value mo is 1 million lang, so you get the 2 million instead and maiiwan yung 1 million. But in ProLife UK, this is the only insurance company that gives you both. Right? So you get the 2 million plus whatever you have saved, sa'yo rin yan. So 3 million ang makukuha mo. From that alone, wala pong extra flowers and everything. That's why, hands down, gusto ko po si ProLife UK because of that. So that's the reason why you got the insurance in the first place. Pero yung ibang companies lang, marami lang mga extra na meron ka pong free ganito, free ganyan. But overall, yun po, that's the only reason why. That's why I say ProLife is the best for me, right? SMC, I agree, Sir Lloyd. As low as 2.5, insured na yung wife ko for 1M and I'm insured for 2M in case something happens for us for small money amount every month. May peace of mind kahit anong mangyari. Very good, Gray Pagalan. Right, that's the beauty of the insurance. If may mangyari sa inyo, your family is gonna be taken care of. But what if walang mangyari sa'yo? Then your money has been growing into mutual funds because of the VUL program, and then you get to retire a millionaire. So whatever happens to you, you win. Diba? So ganyan. Right, morning Sir VLL po from Giovan. Alright, I'll check this out. It's 902 Zigward. Somehow your message got redacted. Wealth Gainer, good morning coach. Pwede pa ba pumasok sa ISM ngayon for investment? Hintay lang mag-breakout. Wait for the pullbacks. Sir, from Ian San Miguel. Sir Lloyd, MP2, hindi ba sila nagbaba ng rate sa mga tenors nila since nagbaba interest rate ng Bangko Sentral? They adjust also. Last year, so far so good. Kahit nung mababa ang inflation rate, malaki naman ang kuha nila. Ngayon na bumaba malakas ang inflation rate last year. Okay naman performance nila. This year, bumaba ang inflation. I think it's gonna be good also. It really doesn't matter. So far, if you check the track record of MP2 program, 6 to 8% po yan on the average, 7% po lagi every year ang nabibigay nila. So walang problema so far. Dominic Corpus, wala pong naman aking bangko. Right, ano na natin yan, nabasa na. JBL Texter, now ano po ibig sabihin ng release of shares under lockup? I haven't checked that out. I'll get back to you about that, JBL. Send me a message sa Facebook page ko. Paul Henrik Untayo, ilang years gagalaw ang pag-ibig na MP2? After 1 year, tutubo na po yan. Then annual after that. So 5 years pong lockup period ang pag-ibig MP2. Then after that, you have the choice to withdraw it or let it grow even further. Kung hindi nyo pa kailangan ng pera, let it grow. Yes, Zigward Cabarubias, after 5 years mo pa ma-withdraw yung MP2 savings mo. Yes, that's the downside of MP2 program. Joel Jerk, Sir Lloyd, okay din po ba yung Kaiser? Kaiser is more into, hindi po yung critical illness ang covered nila and disability. Kaiser, ang covered naman nila is hospital expenses, right? I don't recommend, it's okay if wala kayong trabaho and you need hospitalization protection, pero let's face it, ilang beses pa kayo ma-hospital sa isang taon? Minsan nga wala, di ba? If you have a job which covers you sa hospitalization ninyo, if meron naman kayong, anong tawag dyan? HMO, tawag dyan, di ba? If meron naman kayong HMO, you don't need Kaiser. If ever, wala kayong HMO, then yeah, I'd say Kaiser is good also for hospitalization. How about Kaiser, Boss Lloyd? Yun yung tanong nila kanina. Yeah, so it depends. If ever wala kayong HMO, then you need Kaiser. But if ever meron naman kayong HMO sa trabaho ninyo, then I don't recommend Kaiser. Right? Imagination Knowledge, yearly din ba yung 8.11 na MP2? It's a range between 6 to 8%. Right? By far average less 7%, but it's still good. MP2, 5 years, 8.11. Real estate, 5 years, 15%. No, hindi po yan. Imagination Knowledge, 8.1% annual po yan. So add it up, 8.1 times 5. Annual po yan, ha? Annual po ang tubo niyan. Hindi po after 5 years 8.11% lang. No. 8% for this year, second year 8%. So 8 times 5, 40% po more or less ang tubo ng pera ninyo. So just to clear that out. Erzrea, Sir Lloyd, may idea po kayo sa SSS if how much pinakamataas na monthly pension marireceive once retired na? Depende po yan sa contribution nyo, magkano yung contribution nyo at ilang months kayo nakapag-contribute. Alright, we'll discuss about that on a different yearly po bang 8% but not guaranteed? Average po yung 8. Average so far is at 7.5, so it's still very good. Okay? from Zguard Imagination Knowledge. So magkano so makuha mo MP2 mo po ba 40% average? Yes, after 5 years, around 40% po ang tubo na niyan. Right? Pero pwede depende po sa takbo ng market. Good morning, sir. Confusing ang VUL na stocks. Hindi po yan VUL na stocks. We're talking about insurance. Right, this is why, one of the reason why I discussed about this is because may nag-message sa akin for the mangingisda.org yesterday, asked me, Sir Lloyd, because dito sa mangingisda.org, I want to share to you guys, check out mangingisda.org. Right, this is a very good investment for the cost. Tutulungan po natin mga mangingisda sa Mindanao. 20% po ang annual na binibigay. For now lang po, 20% po ang guaranteed. It can go up. I think it is gonna go up. But right now, we just want to promise 20%. Just want you to realize 20% annual is really very big. It's really better than having real estate na investments. Ang kagandahan dito, maliitan. Real estate, malakihan na pera. Right? And not all has that capability. So, check out mangingisda.org. Right? Sabi niya kasi, bakit ang liit lang, Sir Lloyd, 20%? Merong mga investments dito. For example, yung manok na farm na for sure narinig nyo na, gives us 90%. 90% for 3 months. I don't want to judge that. Sa inyo na po yan. But if you... That's high risk, high reward. Kumbaga. Right? So, if you want high rewards na mga investment talaga, then expect high risk then, right? So, mangingisda.org, guys, we are gonna be promising you 20% annual, especially for the first year po. So, this is very good investment, and at the same time, nakakatulong po kayo, right? You are helping the cause, and helping the fishermen of, what do you call this, of Mindanao. Check out mangingisda.org na website, www.mangingisda.org. We have a Facebook page. Search for mangingisda.org in your Facebook para makita niyo po doon. Andun po yung mga videos for the business presentation and the walkthrough of the website, how you can invest and help. Right? 20% po. It can go up, but we just want to guarantee 20% for now. Right, Jerry Samortin, good morning, sir. Paano po makukuha yung VUL tanks po? Look for a broker. Actually, I can be your broker. Pwede po ako maggawa ng VUL program ninyo. I can give you the best program that you need, what you really need, right? So send me a message if you want to know more about a VUL program. Okay? Again, guys, this is the website, www.mangingisda.org. Right? So please visit that site. Good morning, sir. Saan mo kukuha yung VUL? Send me a message so that I can talk to you. VUL po ba yung BDO Life? I can consider them VUL, right? Meron akong BDO Life din. Yun nga lang, wala po akong critical illness na coverage. Depende po yan sa gusto ninyo eh. Right? If you want it for savings and life insurance, then yes, it can be. VUL pa rin siya. And then you just get a rider for critical illness if you want to. Zguard, yung MP2 after 2 years nang earn ng 12% so far. So 6% per year ang tubo ng pera ko, not bad compare sa bank na 1% less per year. Very good Zguard, right? Not to mention compounded interest. Totoo yan. Right, wealth distribution. Imagination, Sir Lloyd, daily trader po ba kayo? Or long swing? Position trader and long at the same time. Makian, morning, pakicheck APX. Which is better, Sun Life or Pro Life? I'd say Pro Life po. How about AXA, coach? They are stable. If you're looking for stability, these three are okay. Right? Yun nga lang, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, I will consider Pro Life the best because if ever something happens to you, yung dalawa po makukuha ninyo. Wala pong ibang company na ganyan. Right? Yung MP2 may board lot 500 per month. Right? Good morning, sir. Pa-check CLI. It's a CLI. CLI pang long term. Inano ko rin to eh. Kailangan ba, sir, mag-MP2 kung naghuhulog ka ng pag-ibig fund na kinakaltas na salary? Yes. Very good question from Elmer. Kailangan ba mag-MP2 kung naghuhulog sa pag-ibig fund? Yes, because your usual pag-ibig fund is not the MP2 program. MP2 is something extra, right? This is a different program. And then you just go to pag-ibig para makastart po kayo. nahinto po sa VLL. So Sir Lloyd, there are VUL that doesn't cover cancer in their policies. Sa Pru-Life UK, covered by existing health issues like pag may hypertension, etc. Hypertension is not a critical illness, so if ever ma-stroke kayo dahil sa hypertension, yes. So yan po. So we'll talk more about that. Send me a message. Sir, advisable po ba mag-partial withdrawal sa paid-off status ng insurance VUL? I don't recommend that po. Right? I don't recommend. Some people just... Depende po yan kasi. Depende for the reason why you got your VUL. Is it for short term? Kasi may mga VUL na short term. 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, may 5 years pa nga eh. And then 15 years. So if you are getting it for short term, then yes, you can withdraw. But if it's for your retirement, then wag nyo pong kukunan ng pera yan. That's for your retirement. Patubuin nyo po ng patubuin. Diba? Joel Dudes, doon ba sa MP2 program na 8.11 compound interest ba yan? Yes, that's compounding. Jaime Villaflor, Sir Lloyd, bakit limited lang na 3 reservations sa mga isda? That's because baka may mag-reserve ng malaki. Tapos, baka may mag-reserve ng malaki tapos hindi naman itutuloy. So, sayang po yung sa mga gusto talaga mag-reserve. So, if you want to reserve more, then just add funds na enough for how many you want. For example, you want 10, so that's around 65k. So, you just add funds na 65k and then pwede mo unlimited na po yan after. Yung reservation kasi wala pang pera yan. So, we just limit it to 3. Right? Pwede magka-attend ng seminar nyo sa Cebu. Jeline, sorry, it's already full. Hopefully next year po. Hopefully this seminar will be fruitful so that I can get sponsors again to make it free again. Anyone interested sa Pru-Life VUL here in the north? Yan, Lord of the North, you can reach me through FB. Yan. So, Bobby Carbonell, contact nyo po yan, si Bobby, for those who are in the north. Right, dito sa Visayas or even in the north, in the Manila, you can send me a message. I can help you. Sir Lloyd, pwede po ang padalhan ng policy sa Pru-Life UK, planning to get another insurance kasi hindi ko gustong policy nung nakuha kong VUL, hospitalization lang, critical illness, hindi kasama. Alright, Ian, send me a message so that we can talk about that. Ken CV, anong recon stocks mo? For today, recommendation is ECP and Web. Only those two for today because napaka-bearish po ng market, baka bumagsak palalo. Right? We still have time. So, let's go to my picks, ECP. Right, ito guys pasensya na if konti lang ang stocks na pinag-uusapan ko today. It's really because not a good time to be aggressive in stocks. Ang pwede niyo pong gawin, magandang gawin for these kinds of moments sa stock market is magbodega ng mga stocks na nasa baba. If you want to trade, then go for these stocks na nasa baba. Like for example, ECP. Nasa support levels po tayo and we have a bounce. We already have a rounded bottom. So this is starting to form a support. Pwede na nating testingin yan si ECP. Test buy na tayo kay ECP. And then si Web din. Also for Web. Right? So dahil sa bearish market, tingnan nyo anong nangyayari. So those stocks that are at the top, bumabagsak po yan. Tingnan nyo si JFC, bumagsak, si Ali, bumagsak. So it's not really time to go for stocks that are on the top. Go for stocks that are at the bottom and starting to form a support. Right? This is the market right now. I want you to go aggressive and trade. Don't be greedy. It's not the time to trade. What do you call this? In stock market, if you're a position trader, there are times that to be aggressive. This is not the time to be aggressive, so I will recommend to stay put lang muna. Sir Lloyd, what about Manulife, which is number 1 in market capitalization? Yes, totoo naman si Manulife number 1 in the Philippine market capitalization, right? Pero check niyo po sa international, si Pru-Life po ang malaki. Right? Market capitalization kasi UK po ang company ni Pru-Life. Right? Sa Philippines though, Manulife is one of the best also. Maganda rin si Manulife. You can check it out. Pero yun po ang very important point ko po. If something happens to you, only Pru-Life provides both. Right? For example, your sum assured is 2 million and then your money na ipon is 1 million. Pru-Life is other companies are just gonna give you which one is bigger. Right? So, you're just gonna get the 2 million and yung 1 million, TY na yon. Right? Sa Pru-Life is, you get the 2 million and you get the 1 million. You get both. That is the only thing I really wanna talk about when it comes to who's the best. Because that's the reason why we get VUL. For the money that we get if something happens. Right? So, wala pong extra na freebies sa mga discounts and everything. Right? Yes, clean content, totoo. Number 1 na market cap si Manulife sa PH, but international, andyan po si PruLife. Melanie Haring, sir, natapos ko yung hulugan ko yung VL ko sa PruLife. Bilis ng panahon. Okay lang naman na di kukunin agad, right? For aging time, as long as you don't need the money, let it grow. That becomes part of your passive income. Very good story. A friend of mine, right? He has 5 insurance policies, right? He's now retired. So, ang ginawa niyo po, kasi every year tumutubo yung limang policy na yan. Ang ginagawa niya is, nag-retire na siya, and then kinukuha niya lang yung tubo. For example, one of his policy grows 200,000 a year. So, for this year, kinuha niya yung 200,000. For this month, kinuha niya yung 200,000. Next 2 months, naubos niya yung 200,000 niya, punta siya sa kabilang policy niya na tumubo din. So, yung tubo lang yung kinuha niya, next year, tutubo na naman 200,000 ito. He has his own pension plan using his VUL. So that's one good strategy of VUL. So I really don't wanna advise withdrawing your traditional insurance for a VUL insurance. If you can withdraw it, I would recommend a VUL better than a traditional life insurance. Sir, natapos. Melanie, I don't recommend withdrawing from it. Mamaya na lang pag malaki na yung tubo na yan every year. So, yung tubo lang ang kunin ninyo. Jerry Tan, Marlord, ayaw ko ng VUL sa akin, purely life insurance kasi mas mababa yung bayad doon. Tapos, separated ang investment ko sa life insurance. That's okay. Kaso nga lang, very good point, Jerry Tan. It's not just that. Sa life insurance kasi hindi covered ang critical illnesses mo. What if magka-cancer ka? Hindi covered ng life insurance yan. Right? So, that's mas malaki po ang chances na mag-claim because of diseases. If you want to see the statistics of insurance, mas konti lang ang nakakakuha na insurance kasi namatay ng maaga. Mas marami pong kumukuha because of critical illness. Konti lang po sa disability, yung nagka-aksidente sa trabaho or bigla na paralyzed or something, naputulan na kamay. Marami po ang critical illness. The traditional life insurance, hindi ka po covered for cancer. So, ubus po yung investments mo pag nagka-cancer ka. Right? So, that's the difference between that. PHA and PXP, Sir Lloyd, good morning. Right? So, we still have time. Let's go to other picks. Yan, may mga requests kanina, tags. Right? So, yan lang po muna. Alright, guys, before we go to the picks, we still have time. Again, mangingisda.org. If you can support the program, napakaganda po ng cost ng mangingisda.org. You're investing and you're helping at the same time. You're helping these guys. Eto mga mangingisda na ito, nakikita nyo sa screen na ito. They are the community there na natutulungan po natin. I want to introduce a corporate employment style doon po sa Mindanao through mangingisda.org. Meron kasi ang mga ito, wala pong mga SSS yan, nothing. So I want to introduce them to this, and they're gonna be under us, and we are going to introduce this to Mindanao para naman po yung employment ng Mindanao gumanda naman. Right, so tags IRC, let's go. Mangingisda.org, visit mangingisda.org, TUGS. Right, si tags bumabagsak pa 2.42 but very cheap as of the moment. This is a good company. Pondo po, magpondo lang kayo ng tags. This is a very good company. Tags, but right now I don't want to recommend it for trading yet. Antay tayo ng bounce and let's see if maganda na yung bounce niya. It's just that the market is dropping kaya lumiliit, bumabagsak po ang mga stocks. I really don't want to be aggressive at this point. See, eto si IDC, medyo shaky. Meron naman siyang bounce. What you can do is you buy some here at this support, and then if ever it pulls back, then that's the time to really put in much amount because that's a confirmation na reversal na naman siya kasi pababa na siya. So you just do test buy here, and then if it goes further down to its main support, then you just buy more, and then dito ang cut loss ninyo, right? Because that's gonna average down naman and yan, don't put large amounts. Maganda naman yung bounce, yun lang baka maliwan tayo kasi baka lumipad, baka reversal na yan. So you just test buy here, and then we have a major support, just buy more. Right now, IDC, yes, you can test buy little amount for IDC. It's just that I don't want you to trade, guys. Yan. Si CHP, meron tayong doji. That's a heavy signal. Wait tayo ng pullback before you wanna get in. Wag po kayo maghahabol dyan sa taas. Wag po kayo maiinggit sa mga lumilipad na stocks, right? Dapat dun kayo tumitingin sa mga stocks na nagmumurahan. For example, this one right here, very good company na nagmumura. I would say this is better than CHP, ATN, diba? So, It's getting cheap right now. I don't want to recommend ATN yet. Let's wait for it to bounce before you want to buy. For the traders, for accumulation naman. Ian San Miguel. Uh, we'll talk about that. Send me a message, right? I want to talk to you personally about that. Um, you can send a request again. But send me a message first. We'll talk first. Right. Jelly Samortin, thanks Sir Lloyd. Binabawasan yung oras ko sa games ko, di ba? Right, so ATN, wag muna. Next request is VLL. Si VLL, looking good. Support is still holding. So si Villar, number 1. So that might help the stock. So yeah, I guess VLL. I still recommend VLL for long term. I did recommend this a few times ago already. A while back. Already. So if it goes down, this is a good company. You just keep buying more for VLL. This is for long term. Nanet Mill, tatawagan pa kita mamaya, Nanet. AEV for investment lang po. Can I buy now? If it goes lower, 45. Let's just wait for the bounce before we start buying Nanet. But yeah, you can already start for accumulation. Ano po yung doji, coach? Meaning po, sino ba yung nag-doji kanina? Was it CHP? CHP is, doji is like this. Ganito po ang doji. Right, tanggalin ko lang ito. Basta may makita kayong cross, yung ganyan, that's a doji, right? What it means is we don't really know if it was a bullish day or a bearish day, right? It opened here and closed here, so we can't. The market was undecisive for it to be a sell-off or to be a buying point. But usually, for me, this is a negative signal, especially pag nandyan sa taas, kasi nawawala na ng momentum pag ganyan, di ba? I would say if nag-doji yan dito sa baba, that would be good, right? But for now, this is si Karen Ong, yan San Miguel, yan ang parating nag-aaway or nag-iinis. Yeah, that's one of the reason why, but I don't want to talk about that. I want Ian to send me a message first. Right, so ayan, how about PHA, Sir Lloyd, tataas pa po? Hopefully it does. Fundamentally speaking, PHA will still go up. Yan po, ilang beses ko po yung sinabi sa inyo, bodega dyan sa baba. Right, so congratulations, ang dami nag-message sa akin na they gained a lot for PHA. So congratulations. I don't want you to get in now. Huwag kayo maiinggit dyan. Wait for the pullback before you want to get in. Right, so problema lang if kailan magpo-pullback yan. But that's what you get for waiting. So congratulations sa mga nagbodega sa baba. ATN, VLL, MRC. Ito, marami nag-question about MRC. So we're still at the support. So if you're trading this is the best entry point for MRC. So buy as long as the support holds for traders. Just that, mahirap mag-trade ngayon. Wala pong kwenta gaano ang mga technical analysis pag bearish ang market. Look at GT Cap. It had its support yesterday. GT Cap has been giving us good earnings. Ay nga pala, naglabas ng pangit ng first quarter si GT Cap last first quarter. So yeah, nag-fail siya. Bumaba pa. So, GT Cap, stay away lang muna. Vita. So, si Vita somehow has been giving us good signals of bottoming out. Right? But I don't want to be aggressive in this bottom out because si Vita, ang laki na negatives and annuals, baka walang investors na pumasok at mahirapan tayo kay Vita. Right now, I don't want to recommend Vita, though napakamura niya ngayon. So, I wanted to stabilize first kasi we're working against a downtrend. So, ingat lang muna kay Vita. Time check is 9:23. It was a very fruitful discussion with you guys. Heads up lang guys ha. I'm gonna be transitioning into financial literacy coach. Right? Kasi I realized along the way, most of the Filipinos are getting to stock market. It's because malaki daw ang kita dito. That's the reason why. That's wrong, right? The reason why you should be into stock market is nasa last levels na kayo ng investments ninyo, right? Last levels meaning una po kayo sa low risk, low returns, and then magkalaki-laki returns, and then mga businesses, right? Like meron po diyang mga cooperatives, ito mga organizations that's gonna give you dividends, that's gonna give you earnings. Medyo high risk, high reward sila, but at the middle part. And then there's the super high risk, high reward investments, which is the stock market. And then there's the scam. Pinakalas na scam. Kung gusto niyo pumasok sa scam, then only put your extra money there. Right? Sa inyo na po yan. Right? Next kay MRC. Tawa ako sa scam. ECP, we talked about ECP already. VLL, ALCO, AC. AC, alright, we still have time. AC, somehow, so far so good. Nag-bounce naman, andyan pa rin naman siya sa support niya. So, you accumulate on this stock. You start accumulating. AC, ALCO, last 3 na lang. ALCO kasi wala nating oras. ALCO, so far so good. Andyan yung support, nag-break ng support pero nag-recover. So Alco this is a good company, maganda na yung earnings niya. Pwede nyo po i-bodega ito, simulan nyo mag-bodega so that when the bullish market comes, you'll be in a good position. Right, CLI, last lang ito guys. Si CLI, nasa resistance pa. So I want it to break out before you really wanna get in CLI. Right, so it's really hard to recommend CLI. Now we did recommend CLI many times dito sa bottom, but nasa taas na sa CLI, so it's really hard. Right, so I'm really sorry if hindi ko po Alright, sorry to pa rin yung eToro nyo kung mag-transition kayo. Yes, tuloy pa rin, syempre. Alright, ang gaganda sa eToro is position trade lang naman tayo, 'di ba? So even if you have job in the morning, in the evening, you can still trade if you want to. So tuloy po yung eToro niyan, hindi ko po titigilan yan. Alright, so that's it for today. Again guys, a little request, right, if please support the cause of mangingisda.org. Visit mangingisda.org and check it out po. There's a Facebook page there. If you have any questions, send us a message. We'll be very happy to answer your queries. Right? Very napakaganda po ng cost nito, and you're gonna be earning at the same time. We promise 20% for the first year. Ayan po. So that's it for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. As always, let's get rich together. Bye-bye.